This video features gameplay from one of my viewers, Primal Surge. As he plays the match, I'll be on the lookout for key moments. Primal Surge is a relatively new player, so he doesn't have his ideal perks or add-ons equipped yet. But the survivors he's going against are also inexperienced, so hopefully he'll have an even match. Looks like Meg thought that tree was a pallet and tried to loop you around it. To be fair, they are made of the same material. It may have been a good idea to have broken this wall. Otherwise, the window next to it becomes very safe for survivors. I know the generator's clanking sound can be annoying, but kicking it when it had no progress on it didn't make much sense here. You gave up the pressure you were putting on Kate by doing so. Dropping pallets early is a legit strategy, but there is such a thing as too early. You saw some scratch marks to your left here that you could have followed but didn't. Considering you had no other leads at the time, it may have been worth tracking them. Looks like the survivor gave you the slip. Another scenario where you kicked a generator that didn't have enough progress to be worth kicking. The idea behind body blocking is to cut off the survivor's escape route. This survivor was heading towards the basement, which is always a dead end, so uncloaking behind her would have been the better play. While you had the right idea to block her from the pallet, your positioning allowed her to run around you and reach it anyways. You should have stood directly in front of the pallet and then uncloaked. Look man, I know breaking stuff is fun, but kicking gens with less than 10% progress on them isn't going to do much to help you win. Generators regress at a very slow rate. So unless the gen has a large amount of progress to lose, kicking it isn't worth your time. Keep your patrol route in mind as you play. You want to be in position to patrol as many gens as you can in the least amount of time. You had the right idea blocking the survivor here, but the problem was that there were two escape options for the survivor, but only one of you. If she were a higher ranked player, she would have vaulted the window since you were blocking the pallet. The smarter thing to have done would have been to block the window and force her to drop the pallet. Good work baiting that pallet vault. Given how few gens are left, you should be tightening your patrol route. If you had paid attention to your Whispers perk, you would have had a better idea of where the survivors ran off to. Tier 2 Whispers lights up when survivors are within 40 meters of you, and Wraith moves at a speed of 6 meters per second while cloaked. With this information, you could have ran forward for 6 seconds, and then began searching the area. My guess? They were probably healing up in the corner of the map. Aw, look at that Nia trying to be immersed. While hiding is a viable strategy, Wraith is among the hardest killers to hide from. Looks like this time, you had the intention of blocking the check window. Good move. Now this is a gen that's actually worth kicking. Now that was a beautiful body block. I'll give you a key for that one. Oof. Bill came out of that locker at the worst possible time. Ouch, that pallet's done. You need to work on your body block positioning. Stand directly in front of the pallet or window you want to block, and do not move as you uncloak. It wasn't necessary to block her here. If there aren't any pallets or windows nearby, there's nothing stopping you from just running her down. I feel like you could have avoided that stun. You had about a full second where you could see Kate before she dropped the pallet, but you ran into it anyway. A fine body block there, but why the head shake? Bill didn't do anything. I guess now's a good time to tell you that you don't need to uncloak to search lockers. I'm not sure why you hesitated to uncloak here. Is this supposed to be a flashlight rescue? The only survivor who posed any sort of challenge was Kate. Sad, and I thought it was going to be an even match. Good decision to break the pallet while cloaked. That will let you catch up to her faster. Oh, Meg, with your little flashlight. She has a long way to go. And Kate goes down, securing the final kill. Overall, it was a match we can learn a lot from. I think Primal Surge demonstrated a basic understanding of Dead by Daylight's game mechanics. He knew to ambush survivors using his cloak, body block their escape routes, and mind game them at pallets. He also had one key moment, where he trapped a survivor in a corner to score clean down. There were quite a few mistakes made during the match, however, kicking generators that didn't need to be kicked, poor positioning during body blocks, and ignoring important breakable walls were all mistakes that would have been punished more harshly by higher ranked survivors. But I'm confident that after watching this video, Primal Surge will learn from these mistakes and improve. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for future content.